Hello, my name is Maria Garcia, and today I would like to talk about my culture, a little about my culture background, one of my traditions that seemed really interesting to me when I went to Mexico 5 years ago. When I lived there, I barely learned about that culture, like the tradition that I never knew because I was here in America. Because here we usually call it as Halloween on for October, which is trick or treating, and for Mexico it's called Dia de los Muertos. But for my part where I live, which is Guerrero, where I used to live, we celebrate it differently because, as for my parents' background, they're like indigenous. We speak different languages, so we don't really celebrate it as like Mexico City. So the thing is that we usually just like celebrate differently as our ancestors years before ago. The thing is that for Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, which is how we call it here in America, but in Mexico that's how we call it. Um, so the thing is that usually we celebrate this on the 28th of October, but the thing is that like a week before we have to plan everything out, or like a month already, like start planting these flowers called magnolias, which is called the flower of the dead. That's how it's called here. I don't know, flor de muertos. But the thing is that we call it like that, which is usually no. So we have to plant those and not buy them actually, because that's how our grandparents showed us. Like, you have to plant them because they're necessary, and you need like 1,000 of like those flowers to use on the table to decorate them, and they have to look pretty. Everything looks and have to be pretty that day for the people to come and receive you, the loved ones you have to receive actually. So everything has to be planned out perfectly, and you have to buy the food, the drinks, the table, the flowers, everything. So when it comes to like we have to decorate the flowers, I usually always have my grandpa to like put the flowers and then put the balloons also for the kids, because we usually have like two tables, one for the kids and one for the adults, because the kids have their own section where they could eat and like have these candies, balloons, toys, and like just sweet stuff around there. We kids usually like that. But for the adults, there's like beer, tequila, there's like food like spicy food, the traditional Mexican food there's around there. Yeah, so basically we have that there. The thing is that then we also have like pan de muerto, which is called bread of death. Those breads are amazing. Like, when I'm saying like they don't taste the same that they sell here, and they taste better in Mexico, honestly. Those are like great. They're great. You can never buy them here. You just can't, like, no one can make the same ingredient. But the thing is that we usually use that as a like food, mainly for like, because when we do like the art for the flowers, there's basically one of like the breads hanging around there, so like they could just eat, and there's like skeletons, like the little like skeleton figures there, so we could receive them. And also we have like pictures of them, but mostly we don't have many pictures of my grandparents, because like they really passed like in old times, so like we never took pictures of them, so we only just like have two sometimes. But the main thing here is that there's this thing called copa de copal, and it smells amazing. I never like smelled it here because it usually is for like Mystic American, for like indigenous people. It's like a herb like that they usually use. We only use it at that time because like when someone gets sick, or like it smells, it's like a medicine like to use, no, like to calm people down. And I always, when I smell that, I always feel calm and relaxed, and I know like everything's gonna be fine. And we use that, we burn the things. It's actually called like white copal. I don't know if they sell it here in the store, but here in America, but in Mexico we get it from the trees, from the trees of like, from like the forest, which is like, we usually see those like in June. Yeah, in June. It's June. Yeah. So the thing is that we usually go and we don't buy them, but I feel like if you buy them, they will cost a lot because they're like usually medicine for like from the indigenous people that you use behind. And the thing is that for the kids, these are the different things. Is that the kids usually use they go like in the 3rd of November. They come in the 3rd of November at your house, not the 28th of November, like October with the adults. So they come separately. But the day they go together is the 4th of November. And the thing is that how we receive them is that the first time I went to receive them was the cemetery. I had to go with a candle and receive them. And they said that if you turn off the candle, the thing is that you're like the people you're coming with, you're like the loved ones, your loved ones are gonna disappear and they're not gonna go with you at your house and eat and just relax, be with your family. And I remember panicking at the time, and but the good thing is that my grandpa was there and he helped me out to turn on the like my candle. So I got home safely and I completed my mission to come with like my loved ones, my ancestors, so we could celebrate the Dia de los Muertos. And the thing is that we also the day like from when they leave the 4th of November, we usually have to go to church first and then go to the cemetery and then leave them there. And then we have to like then we give them candles and yeah, that's how we celebrate it. But thank you for listening. I would like to like I just wanted to you guys to know a little more about my tradition that we celebrate from there, which is we usually use a lot of different stuff, and I don't know like we use like herbs more, from indigenous people. So but thank you for listening, and I hope you have a great day.